Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, where every week I bring you fun workouts and friendly encouragement. And you guys, today I've got a no impact, all seated, full body cardio and strength workout, which means that you are of course going to need one set of dumbbells. And I encourage you to go with the heaviest pair that you can manage with really good form. I've got a great warm up for us today, and when you're ready for this one, I'm totally ready. Let's go. All right, you guys, let's get right to it. Let's get started by scooting all the way up to the edge of our seats, and we're gonna get started with some nice big arm circles. Oh my goodness, like we do. I love to get started moving and grooving and just moving all of our joints through their full range of motion. I know lots of time it's really tempting to start getting moving like super duper fast, like to do these arm circles at a much faster pace than I am doing, but I tell you what, by moving a little bit slowly, yes, we're still raising our heart rate, but we're also really thinking about stretching those muscles, and really working the joints the way they're meant to be worked. You know, I'm noticing already that my left side is really, really tight, and you might be noticing such a thing too. If we start moving really fast, we don't notice that tightness. We don't notice the kinks and the cracks in our joints and our muscles, and it's a really good idea to kind of move through slowly, because I promise, we're gonna raise our heart rate today, no matter what. So we don't have to do it really quick and right away. We really want to think about good form, whether we're doing the warm-up, the cardio, or the strength. And you know what? Hey, let's talk about that. I've got cardio and strength for us. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers as well. I've got cardio and strength for us today, which is going to be a super fun, total body toning kind of workout. We are getting it all done and not a lot of time. I've got a couple of great exercises for us. We're going to do cardio for time, which means that we do have a cardio HIIT, but we're doing strength for reps, which means that we're moving slow, bringing the heart rate down a little bit, but getting some really good form, good muscle strength work. It's why I encouraged you to go with the heaviest pair of dumbbells that you can do with good form. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. And I tell you what, I say things like that, but if you only have one pair of dumbbells, that's the dumbbells you're using today, huh? And actually, speaking of those dumbbells, let me tell you right now, we're starting with cardio. So tuck your dumbbells like under your chair or off to the side, something like that. I'm gonna give you some time in between the cardio and the strength to grab them. And while we're doing cardio, please make sure that they're not underfoot, because otherwise you, and by you I mean me, I will stub my toes on them. Let's go ahead and do some knee openers as well. Opening that knee to one side and then opening the other way. Now the temptation here, I find myself, my booty is sliding on my chair because I've got a nice wooden chair, but you're trying actually really hard to keep your hip bones pointed forward and just open up that hip so you can really feel the stretch in your inner thigh and start to feel some of the work back here in your booty, as well as getting those hip muscles really warmed up. We've got a lot of work today from head to toe. I want to make sure all of our muscles are warmed up and ready for it. So we're actually going to get started here in just a couple of seconds with the handy dandy gym boss here, set for intervals of 30 seconds of work and just 10 seconds of rest. The cardio is going to go pretty quickly though, because I've only got 4 exercises for us and we're just going one round through this time. But so here's what it looks like. Go ahead and take this first round at more or less a warm-up pace. We're just getting our heart rate up, just really moving and grooving. We don't need to move fast yet. Go ahead and spread your hands, spread your legs. We're going to get started with windmills, nice and big, reaching your opposite hand for your opposite leg, foot, shin, knee, whatever you can reach for. Honestly, it doesn't matter how big or how small this motion is. Like I said, it's kind of a warm-up. We're just getting moving, and getting that heart rate up. This is 30 seconds of work. So go at a pace that you can sustain for 30 whole seconds. Might be faster than me, might be slower than me. You're always doing your best. When it beeps, we're going to get 10 seconds of rest before we do our next exercise. And our next exercise is Starbursts, which means that we're going to get little and get big. So getting a nice little crouch down, your whole body comes into the center, and then we get big. Hands and feet going as wide as you can. Now you see the magic of why I had us do those hip openers shoulders as part of our mobility warm-up. We've got lots of big reaching, big legs, big arms today. It's not just our upper body that's getting the work. It is the whole body. Abs, legs, arms, chest, shoulders, everything. Nice and big, nice and small. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're going to do toy soldiers, which means we're going to have hands up overhead, bringing that heart rate up. Going to reach your opposite hand towards your opposite foot with a big kick. I say big kick, I know. My kicks aren't all that big. Some of this will be about your strength. Some of this will be about your flexibility. All of it will be about you doing your best. Nice and high on those hands is what's bringing your heart rate up. The rest of it is kind of just a bonus movement that keeps your heart rate up, helps us burn calories and fat. 10 seconds of rest. Helps us get that good cardiovascular endurance. The next exercise is the last of the cardio. We're going to reach across high, our hand going one way, foot going the other, and reach across the other way. Nice and high, reaching across your body. If your right leg is going out, your right hand is reaching across. So hands and feet both working, reaching nice and big, nice and quick. Now, when it beeps again, we're not just getting 10 seconds of rest. We're getting a couple of seconds to grab our dumbbells and move into the strength portion. So we're starting, go ahead and have one dumbbell in each hand. We're starting with a single leg press up. I know. What that means is we're going to have both hands on your shoulders, a dumbbell in each hand. As you raise, for example, your right hand, you're raising your left knee, working across the body and then down. And then raising the other side and down. First one's done. And down, up and down. There's 2. And 3. We're just getting to 10. Thinking about holding in that core nice and tight. There's 4, and up, getting a good rotation, and 5 in that elbow. So palm faces your face when it's down and faces out when it's up. There's 6, reach, there's 7. Awesome job. Dumbbells are already getting heavy, huh? There's 8. It's amazing how that happens. There's 9, really pulling in their abs. This is the last one, is 10. Excellent job. Coming up next, we're going to do a side bend and a side raise. So what that means is you're going to have your feet about hip width apart. Really brace yourself here. As we come down on one side, we're raising the opposite hand up. Both hands come to your shoulders. Side bend over while raising overhead. And back to your shoulders. So bend and raise and up. Nice lateral movement with that torso. Using your abs and obliques. Choking on that one, sorry. Abs and obliques. I was just about to cough and then my cough turned into a weird little choke. Yep, that's how coordinated I am. This was so difficult with my body that my voice was like, nope, can't do it all at once. And yes, I am still counting too. This is 5 already. Really thinking about pulling in that core. When we do ab work like this, we're really thinking about good form. There's 6. Great job. Reach and bend. And reach and bend. There's 7. Just a couple more. Yep, we're grunting a little bit. There's 8. Making sure that you're not holding your breath. Pulling in your core is not the same as holding your breath. There's 9, and this is our last one on each side. Right there. Good. And right there. Very nice job. Go ahead and put those weights together. Hands are together. We're going to lift one leg, and it doesn't matter which one because it's not really about the leg, but just get that leg up off the ground. We're going to twist to one side and twist to the other. It's a single leg Russian twist. There's 2 and twist. There's 3, twist. There's 4. There's 5, swinging all the way through your torso. There's 6, working those obliques. And I know you noticed that quad work too, huh? There's 8. I snuck in some lower body work for us. There's 9. And that one is 10 with that leg raised. I know, this is tricky. Go ahead and raise that other leg, really flexing your quad, trying to get your leg as straight as you can. Mine's not super duper straight, but we're doing those Russian twists again. There's 2. I'm kind of clanging my dumbbells on the side of my chair here. There's 3. It's how I know I've gotten a full rotation. There's 4 and 5 and 6. There's 7. This one's 8. Oh, plus it's kind of satisfying to bang those dumbbells on the chair. There's 9 and 10. Oh, okay. Remember when I promised you we were getting it all in today? Yes, we are. Here's our last strength exercise. It's a bent over fly with a kick out. So we're doing upper body and lower body again. So we're going to bend over just like the name implies, really pulling in that core. Hands are just relaxed down at the sides, probably of your shins, outside of your knees. As we raise up into a fly, it's just a little kick with one leg and then the other. There's 2. Yep, counting these the mean way. There's 3. Fly. There's 4. There's 5. This is what's known as a complex exercise. I know I feel it in my abs, my shoulders, my upper back, my quads, my legs. There's 7. Almost there. A couple more. There's 8. Up. And fly. There's 9, and that means this one right here is 10. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's take a break from that strength by doing some cardio. But hey, you know what I didn't mention? Yes, the cardio is going to get just a little bit tougher. I want to make sure that we get a really good full body sweat today. So I'm raising the stakes. The interval timer is going to 40 seconds of work and still just 10 seconds of rest. We're going to start again with those windmills, hands and feet nice and wide, reaching down, pulling up, down and up. Now the thing about a longer interval means that you might need to adjust your pace. Don't worry if you need to go a little bit slower. We're going longer, which means your heart rate is still going to come up. I promise. I promise. I'm already feeling sweaty. I know you are too. We're in this together. We're getting it done. Whew. Raising that heart rate. And boy, oh boy, feeling some ab work with this cardio, huh? Nice and big. When it beeps again, we're going to get 10 seconds of rest. Nice challenge. All right. Whew, okay. I know I say whew every time. That's one of those habits I'm going to break. We're doing Starburst next. Get little and get big. You know, I do get comments with some frequency about how much I talk during our workouts. Not a habit I'm likely to break, just so you know. I've been talking since the minute I was born. I don't plan on stopping yet, but I have had it pointed out to me before that there are certain things that I say a lot. And I notice it too when I'm editing the videos later, and sometimes even while I'm doing the workout, it comes out of my mouth and I'm like, stop saying it, Paula. So I'm gonna try really hard not to say, whoo, every single time we finish with a cardio exercise. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, whoo. That one was just for fun. It was the last one, I promised. Coming up next, we've got toy soldiers. We're going to have both hands up overhead, big kick or little kick, opposite hand towards opposite foot. This kicking is particularly difficult for me. I don't know if it is for you. For me personally, my hamstrings are really tight. They don't tend to be super flexible for this kind of work. But this is also even much more so than like flexibility work. This is really ab work. Thinking about keeping your chest out, your head up, your shoulders back. You're really engaging your abdominal muscles here. Really getting a great way to flatten your belly and get those abs nice and tight, even while we're raising our heart rate. 10 seconds of rest. And you guys, we are already on to our last cardio exercise of this round, which is that reach across. So reaching across your body while kicking out with, well, it's the same leg, like if your right arm is moving, your right leg is moving, but they're moving in opposite directions across your body, so it feels like the opposite. But we're really just getting a nice big motion here, that lateral side to side, big arms keeping your heart rate up, big leg helping to keep that heart rate up, and also getting a little bit of lower body toning in here too. From a seated position, I tell you what, you can work every muscle in your body. When it beeps, you guys, that's the end of this round of cardio. So we get, well, not really rest so much as we're grabbing those dumbbells, and then here we go for round 2 of strength. Gonna start with that single leg press up. So, gonna have whatever hand goes up, the opposite knee comes up. And across. First one's done. Both hands start at your shoulders. One raises up overhead at a time. There's 2. Anytime you have weights going up overhead, really want to think about bracing that core, pulling in that belly button. There's 4. It's funny how at this point in the workout, even the strength work feels like cardio. There's 5. Up. And 6, great job. There's 7, really thinking about form. It's totally okay if you need to move a little bit slower than me. There's 8, or even a little bit faster. As long as you're using good form, you're doing awesome. There's 9, and that means this one right here is 10. Beautiful job. Coming up next is that side bend and raise. I'm spreading my feet just a little bit wider on this one so I can really brace myself. As you lean over to the side, I don't want you to fall out of your chair, please. Please don't hurt yourself while we're working out together. That's just kind of a general rule, like all the time. Starting with those dumbbells at your shoulders, reaching down to one side while reaching up with the other. There's 2. You know, it's kind of just a general rule, even when we're not working out, like just don't hurt yourself, just in general. There's 3. Keeping yourself safe, always a priority. There's 4. Great job. Really bracing that core, but not holding your breath. There's 5. That's why I grunt. And 6, did you know actually that grunting helps you brace your core? I learned that in my kids' karate class many, many, many years ago. There's 7. When you are saying, you can feel it. I mean, you can feel your abs contract when you do that. There's 8. So it's a good way to know that you're actually using your abdominal muscles rather than, for example, your lower back muscles. There's 9. And up, and if you do feel your lower back working, there's 10. Feel free to make this motion a little bit smaller. Awesome job. Coming up next, whoo, those single leg Russian twists. Oh my gosh, I don't even do it just after cardio. I say it all the time. I swear, that is something I'm gonna stop. This is my New Year's resolution in February. Stop saying whoo all the time. Pick up one leg, here we go. Twist and twist. First one's done. And 2. Boom, there's 3, there's 4, still grunting, that's totally okay. There's 5, totally gonna feel this tomorrow. Might as well grunt about it today. There's 7, and 8, there's 9, and that one is 10 on that side. Catch your breath for a second, out goes the other leg, and here we go. Twist, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and 4, 5. Getting harder to hold that leg up. There's 7, and 8. There's 9, and 10. 10. Excellent, excellent job. Coming up next is that bent over fly with the kick out leg. Catch your breath. We're gonna bend over, really brace that core. Neck is neutral. I know I'm looking at you, which means my neck is not neutral, but your neck should be neutral. You should be looking probably about, I don't know, about 6 feet or so ahead of your tootsies. Here we go with that fly and kick. Fly and kick. First one's done. There's 2. Squeeze from those shoulder blades. There's 3. Kick, long as you're not shrugging. There's 4. Squeeze. There's 5. It's totally okay if this move is smaller this round. There's 6. Thinking about good form. That one's 7. That one's 8. Just a couple more. And 9, squeeze those abs, squeeze those quads. That one, boom, is 10. Put the dumbbells down, out of the way. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was reaching for my microphone because that's actually where I normally have my handy dandy gym boss. You know what I'm doing here. I'm making it tough for you guys. This is the final round of cardio, and that means that it is 50 seconds of work and still just 10 seconds of rest. I know this is as tough as it's gonna get though, and the good news is that you are getting tougher. Let's go ahead and spread those feet, spread those hands, and here we go with windmills. Reaching down, reaching up. Great job. Thinking about a pace that you can sustain. Now that you know that this is our last round of cardio, maybe it's a little faster. Maybe because it's 50 seconds, it's a little slower. Either way is totally fine with me, but I tell you what, we are cruising in to the end of the super high heart rate stuff. So challenge yourself. Let's see what we can do with this 50 seconds. As long as you are bracing your core and doing your best, I'm always, always happy with your workout, and I hope you are too. You guys, when it beeps, we're gonna get 10 seconds of rest. Catch our breath, but not for long before we move into our next exercise. Awesome. Coming up next is Starburst. I like to bring my legs in, start with that getting little before we get big. Again, really thinking about pulling in that belly button, keeping your abs braced while we lean forward and lean back. This is fast abdominal, and I don't know if you're feeling it just yet, glute work. That's right. You can work your butt while you're sitting on it. When you are opening and closing your legs, leaning forward, leaning back, this is your glutes dominating the work. Your glutes are the biggest muscles in your body. They tend to do the most work of your body, and we gotta work them so that they can get to work. Doing work like this, even from a seated position, can tone every single part of you. Doing such a good job. Nice and big on those hands, raising that heart rate. When it beeps, we'll get 10 seconds of rest. There it is, coming up next. Catch your breath. And then we're gonna do toy soldiers. Go ahead and put those hands up and let's get ready for it. Opposite hand reaches for your opposite foot. Nice kick. I'm not even going to use the word big in that sentence anymore. It's a nice kick. It's gentle. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're just raising that leg, getting a good workout of it. I am not kicking my dumbbell, but I'm kicking the back of my heel into it. I apparently did not tuck my dumbbells far enough underneath my chair. I need to scoot forward a little bit more without falling, so don't mind me scooting here awkwardly. I would like not to kick the back of my foot with that dumbbell anymore. When it beeps, we're gonna get 10 seconds of rest before we do our last cardio exercise. That's exciting. I love it when we cruise into the last cardio. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's not tucked underneath my chair at all. I don't know what I was thinking with that. All right, coming up next, we've got the reach across and reach across. So getting ready, having those feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, really bracing yourself. And reach and reach. 50 seconds, you guys. This is the last of our cardio. I know this was a nice long interval of cardio, really starting to feel the work of that HIIT, that high intensity interval training. It's a great way to really get a lot of work in a little time. It's been found to get really effective results when you're pushing to, well, maybe not your maximum. I don't ever expect you to go 100%. 100%, honestly, a little bit unrealistic for a workout that's 20 to 30 minutes long. But if you are pushing yourself to a maximum effort, heart is pounding, really feeling it, that, my friends, is the way to get results. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, hey, I'm gonna turn off the timer for right now because we are doing strength. For the third and final time, grab those dumbbells. Starting with that single leg press up. So hands at your shoulders here, palms facing each other. As we raise one hand, the opposite knee comes up. First one's done. Up and 2. Great job. There's 3 and up. There's 4. I feel myself going faster this round. I know, I think I'm anticipating being done. There's 5. I'm always happy when we're on the last round. There's 6 and up. There's 7, still getting a good full extension, biceps right next to your ears. There's 8, up. There's 9, and my friends, right there is 10. Excellent. Coming up next is that side bend and raise. So feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Really get yourself settled because here we go, both down and up and back to center. Down and up and back to center. Really, really thinking about those abs at this point. There's 2. I know you can't help but think about your abs at this point, but what I mean is really thinking about good form. There's 3. Really squeezing. If you can't go over as far, don't go over as far. There's 4. I would much rather you have a smaller motion and get benefit from it, because believe me, you are. There's 5. Then go big motion and injure yourself. As soon as we get into that whole injury thing, there's 6, then you have to take time off from working. Then you've gotten essentially no benefit from this workout. There's 7. That's why I would always, always, always rather have you modify, do your best, and work on getting better. That was 8 of them done, which means that this one right here is 9. Just one more on each side right there. And that one is 10. Excellent. All right, here we go with that single leg Russian twist. Dumbbells are together. One foot is out, doesn't matter which one. And boom, first one's done. There's 2. I am really enjoying the clunking on this one. There's 3 and 4 and 5. It's kind of distracting me from the burning. There's 7 and twist for 8. There's 9, and that one is 10. Put that one foot down, and let's get going on the other side. Leg out, squeezing that quad, engaging that leg. There's 1 and 2. There's 3, 4. There's 5. And 6, almost there. 7, there's 8, you are doing great. And 9, you're doing fine. And 10 is the end, well, almost the end. The end of Russian twist. Coming up next is bent over flies with that kick out. So brace your core, bend over just enough. Let your arms hang at a comfortable distance from your body and fly while we kick. There's 1, first one, getting it out of the way. There's 2. There's 3, really grunting on this one. Oh my goodness. There's 4. And 5. And 6. There's 7. There's 8. Squeeze. There's 9. And that is 10. Awesome job, you guys. We are done, but we are so not finished. We have one final thing, and here's what it is. I've got the handy dandy gym ball still set for 50 seconds, and we are doing burpees to finish this off. Here we go. We're gonna reach down and push up and up. Reach down to push yourself up and up. I know that first time I reached all the way down, it wasn't quite what I meant to do. We're reaching down, putting your hands on the seat and pushing your butt up off the seat, and then reaching hands overhead. We're trying really hard not to have any weight on those legs. This is all arms, all cardio, and oh yes, some abs too. You guys, this is just one interval. When it beeps, we will be better than done. We will be finished. My favorite thing to say. Awesome job. Nice and quick, really feeling it. What a great way to burn out at the end of a great workout. Oh my gosh, you guys. What a terrific and sweaty total body time we had today. Thank you so much for working out with me. I'll see you next time. Before you go, make sure that you grab this week's mini challenge. What's the mini challenge? You guys, it's a free weekly workout calendar that I've got for you on pahlabfitness.com. 5 fun workouts Monday through Friday to get you fit and keep you motivated, one mini challenge at a time. You should see an interactive card or maybe a pop-up somewhere around me, or if you're on mobile or desktop, you can also click on the description below for a link to take you to my website and learn all about it. Make sure that you use the hashtag Pahla B Mini Challenge so that I can cheer you on. And happy sweating this week, Killer Bee!